Subaru's new WRX gets tons of backlash from Subaru fans. Forester production and other new Subaru models are delayed inevitably, and a sneak peek at what might be the new 2022 STI. All that and more ahead on Subaru News. If you, like many others, are waiting on the new 2022 Forester, your wait might be a lot longer than what it normally would be. Subaru announced at the beginning of September they would be shutting down production in Japan at both their Gunma and the Yajima plants because of shortages in materials attributed to the global chip shortage. They're also having to shut down the Ozumi engine and transmission plant. The Gunma plant and Yajima plant are responsible for producing about 2,500 cars per day. Subaru shut down the plants on the 7th of September and are going to remain shut down through to the 22nd, expected to resume production on the 23rd. That means they could be losing about 60,000 production units in that time frame. These two plants are responsible for Forester, Crosstrek, WRX, WRX STI, and BRZ production for export to all markets. That said, the Lafayette, Indiana plant has continued production on the legacy Outback Ascent and Impreza sedan and hatchback. They have slowed production due to a decrease in supply for the parts needed, but they haven't had to completely shut down during this same time frame. So if you're looking for an Ascent, Outback, Legacy, Impreza, you'll be more likely to find it on dealer lots than, say, the Forester, Crosstrek, WRX, WRX STI, and BRZ due to the shutdowns in Japan. So be wary of that. All of you looking for that new facelifted 2022 Forester and newer models of the Crosstrek WRX, WRX STI, and the new BRZ. Shifting gears, last Friday, Subaru of America unveiled the new 2022 WRX to lots of mixed reviews. Most of the automotive commentators were very positive about the new car, but Subaru loyalists, Subaru enthusiasts, me included, were hypercritical of the car and really underwhelmed with what we got. I made a video on this last week you can check out. But a lot of response from posts I've made on Instagram, on TikTok, and here on YouTube from you viewers. Your feedback have told me that a lot of you see what I see and are on the same page as I am with this new model. It's underwhelming in the performance, in the looks, interior and exterior, and you're just not feeling it. You feel like Subaru has not listened to the customer base. You feel like they are disconnecting. I've said the same thing. So, is Subaru of America going to do anything about this? Subaru of America or Subaru Japan? Are they going to make any revisions before the final production model comes out? Only time will tell. What they could do at this point is probably minimal because they are this far along in getting the car ready for production. There's likely nothing they can do based on people's negative responses to the car that they could physically change before production starts. Now, production is delayed due to the shutdowns in Japan, but there's not much they can do at this point in the production process. Now, maybe they could revamp next year or the year after, do a faster refresh than the normal mid-cycle. The normal cycle is about 5 years. The VA chassis was a lot longer running than the normal because it ran from 2015 all the way up to 2021 model year. But they might introduce a refreshment quicker on in the production depending on how sales are first year. So just let that be in mind if you're looking at a newer WRX, if you're thinking about it, if you're on the fence about it, Subaru might scramble based on first year sales to redesign some things and try to win back buyers that have kind of felt the cold shoulder on this new release. And last but certainly not least, we have a huge leak. I don't think I've seen it anywhere else covered, but this is potentially our first look at the 2022 WRX STI leaking out of Japan. This was sent to me by Instagram follower Arthur Fernandez. Thank you so much for sending this to me. Looks like it's a newspaper or magazine article on the new STI model. and it shows that they are going to be correcting a lot of things that people didn't like about the WRX with the STI model. First off, picture on screen now, we see that the plastic fenders, the plastic body cladding is now body match, paint match to the car, which makes it look a ton better than the WRX model. We also see a revised front bumper. We see the STI cladding on it. We see STI larger wheels and STI large Brembo brakes, things that the STI model has been known for the last few generations. We also see the signature high-rise STI spoiler on the back, and there in the text, we see that it's going to have a 2.4-liter FA24 turbo variant pushing around 395 horsepower. So right at that 400 horsepower mark, I wanted to see out the new STI, which if this is true, I think it's really going to turn around the market for this new WRX chassis. And I would expect to see a ton of STI sales and a drop in WRX sales for this new chassis. If this render is correct, if this information is correct on what the production 2022 STI is going to be, I think it will be a hit. This is a long time needed boost in power. The looks are a lot better with just those few little tweaks to the body painted side cladding, the different front fascia, the signature high-rise STI wing, and the fact that we're going to get 394 some odd horsepower, 400 PS, like 395 horsepower. That is what this car needs. That's what the STI's needed for years. Ever since they brought it to the US in 2004 with its 300 horsepower that barely rose over so many years. We're just up to 310 unless you count like the Type RA and the S209. So if the base STI is going to start making 395, I can only imagine what the new S model and the new RA types are going to be. We're going to be in for a treat with these new high-end STI models, and it'll be nice to see that they're giving the people nearly 400 horsepower with a factory powertrain warranty. A lot of people commented on the last video about me having issue with them only giving 3 extra horsepower for bumping 0.4 of a liter in the WRX. My whole issue is not that the fact that it's a better starting platform that can hold more power potentially for tuners. It's the fact that they're not giving you that power straight out of the factory with a warranty backing it up. That was the letdown. So fingers crossed that this new STI that we're seeing here, that this is the new model and this is the new specs, because I think that will pull this right back out of the trash bin and make this new chassis a success. And with that, that'll do it for the video. Leave your comments below. Let me know what you think of this new potentially leaked 2022 STI. What are your thoughts still on the 2022 WRX now that you had a week to live with it? And what are your thoughts on Subaru's production issues and how it'll affect the US car market for Subaru vehicles? Thank you so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video. I'll see you in the next one.